Today we're making a card that honestly had me saying, why did I take so long to try this? It's called a split front card. It's versatile, it's beautiful, and it's really easy. The best part is that you make two cards when you do it. And anytime that I'm able to do something like that, I feel like I'm winning at life. Hi, I'm Julia with Julia Sue's Stamping. I'm so glad you're here to spend a little bit of crafty time with me today. Thank you. So if you're here for the premiere, thank you so much for hanging out with me in the chat. I just love chatting with you and seeing what's going on and what's on your craft table. If you're here for the replay, thank you so much. Please be sure to leave me a comment, and as soon as YouTube lets me know that you've left it, I promise I'll respond. Before we get started, just take a quick second to give the video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Doing that helps me keep on making some crafty fun for you. So today's card is called a split front card. I've seen some variations a couple of years ago, actually. And apparently, I filed it away in my brain for, that looks really awesome. I need to try that someday. And today is the day. I want to share it with you too. So let me just say, these cards are just beautiful. They're really interesting and surprisingly easy once you see how to do it. So let's get started. I do have a free PDF tutorial for you, and the link is listed down in the description. So please be sure you check it out. Wait until you see how simple the cutting is. This is one of those cards that's going to look like you worked way harder than you actually did. And I'm always in favor of that. We're going to begin with your basic piece of very vanilla cardstock, and I'm going to show you how to prep two at once. I love this little efficiency trick. I put the cardstock onto the 5.5 mark, and I'm going to score it. Now I'm going to turn it 90 degrees and cut it at 4.25. This gives you two card bases, each measuring 4.25 by 11, already scored and ready to fold at 5.5. That's one score, one cut, two card bases. I mean, right there, that makes me happy. Next is very vanilla cardstock. It's been cut to be 4 by 5.25, and they've been run through the cut and emboss machine using the Damask Designs embossing folder. It's beautiful, adds so much texture, and it's going to be adhered to the front of the card base. It gives a beautiful, elegant foundation. I love using embossing here because it adds some texture without fighting for attention, and it gives the card that little extra something without making things feel too busy. You could also use designer series paper if you prefer. Your options here are absolutely endless. Now for the part that makes this card really fun. We're going to cut up some pretty designer series paper on purpose. Take a deep breath. We can do hard things, all right? For this version, I'm using the beautiful Gallery designer series paper. This piece has been cut to be 4 by 5.25. Here is my fun no measuring tip. All the versions of this card I saw had measuring, and mathing is not my favorite, so this is what I do. I go ahead and I place where I kind of figure out where around 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch is on the side of the card, and I just measure, I hold it with my finger or something like that, and then I'm going to figure out where 3 inches is on this side. All right, so I have my fingers. I know where it is on both those, and I'm going to put both of those in the groove like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not worried about that being perfect, so don't worry about it. I place it into the paper trimmer, and I'm going to cut from one point to the next. I'm going to set this piece aside right there. That gives me my first angled cut. Now I'm going to take that remainder designer series paper and do something very similar again. I figure out where about 3/4 of an inch or so is on the side, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to also figure out where about 3 inches from this side is. So it's got 1, 2, 3, oops, 1, 2, 3, right around here is where 3 inches would be. So I'm simply going to move the cardstock and put those pieces in the grooves too. So I got it right around there and there. Okay. Is it going to be perfect? Probably not, but that's okay. It's a card. It'll be fine. Alrighty. Now I have 2 more pieces of the angled cuts. 3 whole pieces to work with, and they basically look like this, but all cut up. How about that? There we go. Right there, this is what creates the magic of 2 cards. For card 1, I'm going to use the top and the bottom piece. And this is going to be what I use for card 2, the middle piece. To help these DSP pieces stand out, I'm going to add little accent strips of Mossy Meadow cardstock. These each measure a 1/2 inch by around 5 1/2, 5 1/4. Onto the top piece, I'm going to use my silicone craft sheet, and I'm going to adhere right to the edge a line of seal or whatever adhesive it is I've decided to use. Laying that strip of Mossy Meadow down, I'm going to leave just a little bit of it peeking out. So maybe a 1/2 inch, maybe about 1/4 inch, whatever it is you'd like. And maybe you'd like a lot peeking out. That's up to you. And using my scissors, I'll simply trim that off of the paper here so that it's even. I'm using the designer series paper to help me know where I'm cutting. And now we've got just that little bit of an edge. I'll do the same thing for that bottom piece. So I'll lay down the adhesive. If it goes over the edge, that's okay. I simply fold it over using my fingers. Place the Mossy Meadow cardstock down. And I just want a little bit, not a lot. Just like the other one, about a 1/8 inch, maybe 1/4 of an inch, and trim it again. There, just a little bit. And the centerpiece. So I'm going to again put the adhesive down. I only want to do one side at a time on the centerpiece because if you do them both, it will run into each other and make it a little bit more of a challenge. I found this is the easiest way to do it, and I'm all about easy. So now I'll trim it. Same thing on this side. Now for that other edge. Putting the adhesive down all the way. And like before, if it gets over the edge, that's okay. Just put it, use your fingers, get it over. And now for that Mossy Meadow piece to accent the side. Just gives it a real nice delineation on our card. Trim it off. This side too. Ta-da! They're all set. I love using my silicone craft sheet for this because I'd really prefer to not get adhesive all over my project, my desk, and myself in the process. This accent is just one of those little details that makes a huge difference. It's going to be like eyeliner for your card. A little line, but whoo boy, does it ever define things. I'm going to go ahead and use dimensionals to put the top and the bottom pieces on card number 1. I'm going to put them a little bit more than I probably normally would because I want to be sure this doesn't have any areas kind of dipping down. All right, so take that off and line it up with the embossed piece, or if you use designer series paper, line it up with that, whatever you have on your card front. It gives a nice little pop when you use the dimensionals. Putting dimensionals onto the bottom piece for card number 1. Same exact thing. Just putting them down and along the side. Take the paper backing off. I'm going to line this up with the sheet as well, the bottom piece on my card front. And if you don't like the way you line it up with the dimensionals, it's easy enough to take off really quickly. How cool is that? It looks really neat. I love how that looks. All right. For the middle DSP part that goes on card 2, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to place this on with the dimensionals. Take the paper backing off and then place it right on. So I'm going to line up the bottom piece this time, the little corner there. And then make sure it lines up with the side wherever that ends up being. That's it. These cards come together so easily. And that's the beauty of this design. It really looks fancy, but the assembly is very straightforward. For the sentiment, I went ahead from the Beautiful Motifs stamp set. In early espresso, I stamped "Thank you for everything" on some little stylish shapes die cuts that I cut out with my cut and emboss machine. I love the sentiment here because a thank you card is always really good to have on hand. So here comes the part where you can dress this up or you can keep it simple and make it your kind of card. For these cards, you can see that I decorated with images and die cuts from the Gallery Blooms right here to share what that looks like. I also added some basic beige classic ribbon, a little bit of linen thread, and some of the pressed flower motifs as some embellishments on here. Same with this one, only this one has a great big loopy linen thread bow with some of the embellishments. I've got Wink of Stella on the flowers for a pretty sparkle because everybody likes some sparkle. Inside, it's surrounded, panel of Very Vanilla is surrounded with some mossy meadow to help tie the whole thing together. It's beautiful, it's soft, it's elegant, and maybe a little bit romantic. It has a lovely vintage feel to it because it works beautifully with that background and the beautiful gallery paper. So I couldn't stop with just one version. I've got another one here to share with you. This version uses Mossy Meadow as the card base, and it's got cloud cover for the embossed layer. Isn't that fascinating how different it looks with just different papers and colors? It's just gorgeous though. Exact same stamp set, inks used, the linen thread and the ribbon as well. Just Mossy Meadow accents of die cuts from the Beautiful Motifs dies. And inside is Mossy Meadow. Let's see, no, it's cloud cover surrounding the Very Vanilla. Absolutely outstanding. I love this. Lots of ribbon and die cuts. It has a rich, lush look to it. Same basic design, completely different feel. All right, for this third variation, I kept things really simple because I wanted to show how this layout works really well for masculine cards too. And for this version, the card base is Lost Lagoon. I used Calypso Coral to accent those cut designer series papers pieces, and it features a sailboat scene. I paired it with the reverse side of designer series paper. Instead of embossing anything, I just put designer series paper on the base. Isn't that beautiful? The overall look is much simpler and it's going to make an absolutely fabulous die card. Same sentiment, same die cuts, same flower motifs. Well, that's one of my favorite things about this layout. You can make it elegant, you can make it soft, bold, rustic, masculine, floral, or anything you want simply by changing the papers and your accent colors. It's a really terrific design to keep in your back pocket when you want something that looks a little bit different. And can we just appreciate for a moment that cutting one piece of designer series paper, pattern paper, gave us the ingredients for 2 cards? It feels a little bit like card maker math, and I'm completely here for it. So maybe you're watching along and you're thinking, oh yes, I need to try that. Remember, I do have a PDF tutorial that's completely free for you to download and keep or to print, whatever it is you like to do. I would love for you to grab it for yourself. It's a really great way to keep the measurements and the layout handy so you can recreate these cards at your pace. So be sure you check out the PDF tutorial and add it to your crafty collection. And I would love to know in the comments, which of these versions is your favorite? Do you like elegant floral? Are you drawn to a simple sailboat? Well, let me know. I'd love to hear. That's it. What an elegant, beautiful, and easy to create cards. It's really awesome. I'm so glad you were here to hang out with me for a little bit today. Thank you. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day today and that you have a chance to get inky. Bye.